Right. So let's say how we can configure the label size. Okay. To do that, we have to go to SPRO. SPRO reference IMG. You know where all configurations are done. It is done through SPRO. Go to EHS, GLM, and under GLM, go to label template. Under label template, you have a lot of configurations, but the most important one is specifying the label size. Okay, so before we go to label size, it is also something we can specify label categories. So in theory, last week I told there are 10 different label categories, starting from the product label, primary container label with transport data, and then you have a lot of other like uh, one second. We have customer specific label, then we have internal supplemental label. Like that, there are about 10 different label categories. So here, under the label template of your SPRO, you can go and check out all those label categories. So if I click here on execute button for label categories, you can see all these we have already discussed in the theory. Customer specific label, internal supplemental label, overpack label, primary label. All these we have seen up to waste label. So in total there are about 10 different label categories or label types in our GLM. Now sometimes what happens when the customer want to use a new label category, and if he does not find it in the list, then he will ask you, because you will be the support consultant, they will ask you to add a new label category. For example, let's say he cannot find product label. It is missing from the list. So he cannot configure that label category. He will request you to configure the label category. So let me delete this for now. Let's say we don't have the product label category in the list. So you have to add it. If the customer wants to use a product label and if he cannot find that category, then you have to add it into the list. So how will you add? We have to go to new entries. Okay. Select the category of label that you want to add into the list. Like I told you, it is product label. Select product label. And then after that, on the right hand side, you can see there are some options that you have to select. For example, we have use label, use symbol, transport symbol, customer specific label, determination of customer specific label, no DG regulation, and one more option we have, suppress pictogram. So what are these options? Why do we need these options? I added label, product label category. Is that not enough? Why should we select these options? Like we have use symbol, transport symbol, customer specific label, like that. There are options. Why do we need these options? See, if I go back to the list again, they have selected, somewhere they have selected use symbol, somewhere they have not selected. Okay, and in some places they have selected this customer specific label. See, I told you there are 10 different label categories. So out of these label categories, how will the system differentiate between, let's say, overpack label and overpack label with transport data? You can read it, I understand, and you can differentiate. As a human being, we can read and understand and differentiate. But how will you make the system to differentiate between the two? System cannot read. Neither can it use its consciousness to separate the two different label categories. It cannot do that. So in order to make the system understand what is the difference between a overpack label and a overpack label with transport data, we have to use these options here. So for example, if you observe for overpack label, they have selected use symbol. So overpack label contains some general purpose symbols. Like for example, store in a cool and dry place. That is a general purpose symbol. Graphically, we can represent at what temperature we have to store. Okay, or if it is a breakable item, then you can show through symbol that it can break, it is a fragile material. Or if you want to transport that particular product, if it is a dangerous good, then you have to use transport symbols. Right, I told you, if you remember, transportation data is nothing but dangerous goods data. I had told this in theory. So if you want to transport any dangerous good, and if that product is, let's say, highly flammable, then what you have to do is you have to display some transport symbols like the symbol of the flame, or if it is explosive material, we have to show the explosion symbol. So some kind of transportation symbol you have to display. So for overpack label, they are not displaying any transport symbol because it does not contain dangerous goods data. Overpack label does not contain dangerous goods data. That is why we don't show any transport symbol. But here the overpack label with transport data, very clearly they are saying it contains transportation data. So transportation data means dangerous goods data. So therefore we have to not only use general purpose symbols but also transport symbols. Wherever we have DG data, you have to use transport symbol. Right? That is why we have this option. Next, in the third column, customer specific label. They are asking whether it is a customer specific label or not. So as you know, there is just one category of label which is called as a customer specific label. There is just one category. Therefore, you have to select only for the customer specific label. We have to select both of these options. We have to select customer specific label as well as determination of customer specific label. It is only applicable for customer specific label. So that is why if you observe all the other label categories, nowhere we have selected this option. See, nowhere here as well as here. It is only applicable for customer specific label. So that is why they have selected here. Now again, coming back to overpack label, we have one more option. If you go to the right hand side, they have one more option called no DG regulation. Can you tell me what is this? If I select, what is the meaning? And if I don't select, what is the meaning? Huh. It is related to dangerous good. Yes. See, if I select here no DG regulation, it means that label category does not contain DG data. Okay, no DG regulation here means there is no dangerous good regulation data in that label category because they are saying no DG regulation. But tell me one thing, does overpack label with transport data contain dangerous goods data? Yeah, it contains because I am saying overpack label with transport data. So this label category definitely contains dangerous goods data. So therefore we should unselect, we should not select this option because if I select this option, it means it does not contain DG data. It is like in reverse order. So no DG regulation, we should not select for the overpack label with transport data. Wherever there is no DG regulation, only there we have to select. Clear? So this is a no DG regulation. We have to keep it unselected because this contains transportation data. And also there is one more option at the end. If you see, there is called as something called as suppress pictogram. What is suppress pictogram? You can suppress the pictures or hazard pictograms from the label. So for example, if you do not want to display any kind of symbol on the label, though you have designed it, though you have included in the label, but you want to hide it. So finally, when you take the printout, you want to hide those pictograms or symbols. For such a case, you have to select this option, suppress pictogram. Because I don't want to print the label with the symbols, I want to hide it. Therefore, I can select this option, suppress pictogram. But they don't use it normally. I have never seen anybody using this option, suppress pictogram. If you don't want to print the symbol, then don't include. If you are including the symbol on the label, it means you want to print that. Right. So therefore, they have given an option, but not necessary that you have to use. So here, coming back to the product label, it was not there before. I have selected and added the product label. So what should I do with these options? Which option should I select for product label? Should I select this use symbol? On product labels, do you display some general purpose symbols? Hmm?
Customer specific label.
No. Here I'm asking for product label. Do we use some symbols?
Symbols. Yeah, some kind of emblem might be required.
Yeah, general purpose symbols we call, like logo of the
Yeah.
company, for example, like that. So yeah, we have to use symbols. Now tell me, do we also use transport symbol on a product label?
Transport symbol or customer specific label.
No. Forget about customer specific label. I am asking, should I select this option or not? Transport symbol for product label.
Yes, sir, it will be there.
Yes, if it is fragile or some.
Transport symbol is only used for dangerous goods. Okay, it is only used for dangerous goods. So here, if you don't have transport data, then you should not use transport symbol. I told no. I gave you the example of overpack label. If product label does not contain dangerous goods data, then why will you select this option? Don't select. Because product label does not contain dangerous goods data, so don't select this option. Now coming to the third column, customer specific label. Should we select this option for product label?
Yes, sir, it will be because
I think you people are not, don't listen to me in the class. आप लोग मुझे सुनते नहीं हो क्लास में. Very beginning I told you, customer specific label and determination of customer specific label, these two options are only applicable for customer specific label. ये दो option, these are applicable only for customer specific label. So why will I put it here? Why will I select for product label? Is product label a customer specific label?
no,
Then why will you select? These two options, mind you, again I am telling you, these two options you have to select only for a customer specific label category, not for product label. So what should I do? Select or not select?
select.
Huh? Should I select or not select?
Not select.
No.
Should be mentioned there.
No, you should not select. Why will you select? Is your product label customer specific label? आपको समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Product label अलग है, customer specific label अलग है. You have to select these options I'm telling you only for customer specific label. तो इधर क्यों आप select करोगे?
Okay.
These two options only applicable for customer specific label. Just keep that in mind. I am getting confused now. Don't select both of these. Okay, tell me, should I select this option? No DG regulation here?
No, sir.
No.
DG. Dangerous goods. If it is dangerous goods, that has to.
Forget whether that is a dangerous good or not. Tell me one thing. This label contains DG data or not? Product label contains dangerous goods data or not?
Not, sir.
No. So should I select or not select?
Select it.
Yeah, we have to select because it is saying no DG, no dangerous good regulation. So if I select, I am telling that product label does not contain DG data. They have given that in reverse order. In fact, they should not have given this no, but they have given, unfortunately. So by selecting, we are saying that that label does not contain DG data. Okay, and then the last one, suppress pictogram, you can leave it as it is because we don't suppress any pictograms. Okay, then save the data. This is your product label. Okay, let me go to another one because you people are getting confused. So we'll take one more example. Okay, let's speak about this overpack label with transport data. And they have selected some options. Are you going to use symbols in overpack label with transport data?
Yes.
Yeah. We use these symbols. That is why they have selected the option. Okay, does your
Yes.
overpack label with transport data contain dangerous goods information? Overpack label with transport data contains dangerous goods information or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, it
That is
contains.
required. That is required.
Because here very clearly they are saying with transport data. Transport data means dangerous goods data. Guys, it is very simple. There is nothing to get confused. Wherever you find with transport data, it means it contains DG. So therefore we have to select transport symbol. We have to display the transport symbol for overpack label with transport data. Okay, should we select this customer specific label option for this overpack label?
No.
No. Because these two options are only applicable for customer specific label, not for other label categories. Okay, and tell me, does this overpack label with transport data contain DG regulation? Should I select this or not select?
No, sir. No.
We should not select because it contains. So if I select, what will happen? I am telling it does not contain. So therefore I will leave it open. I will not select.
Okay.
Because this overpack label with transport data contains DG data or DG information. No doubt about it. Okay, like that you have to just think over what option you are selecting, why you are selecting, what is that label category, what is the meaning of that label category. Until and unless you don't study that, you will not understand. Did you read this label categories in the notes? Did you read? No. See, until and unless you don't study or read the material which I give, there is no use. Tomorrow in the interview, let's say you give interview tomorrow and they will ask you about this label categories. What will you tell? You cannot tell anything. So please read. If you really want to get a job as a SAP consultant, you have to prepare. If you don't prepare, you will not get. Okay, clear? Following me? Next, let's move on to label sizes. Defining label size. What is a label size?
The dimensions of
Hmm.
labels.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely correct. Dimension. What is the length of that label? What is the height of that label? These two basically. Thickness we don't consider here. Thickness is secondary. But at least height and width of the label you have to know. And in companies they use different types of labels, different label sizes. Some labels will be in millimeter size. Some labels will be in centimeter size. Okay. And some labels will be in inches, for example. So therefore, you have to decide what is the label size that you are going to use in the company. The labels may be in inches or in the centimeter or millimeter, whatever size that you want to use. You have to first create that label size. And to do that, we have to go into specify label sizes. So click on execute, specify label sizes. All these are different label sizes. As you can see, there are different label sizes. Some is like 100 by 140 millimeter. Okay, another is 14.8 into 10.5 centimeter. Like that, there are different inches also. See, 8 by 4 inches. Like that, all these are different label size. So whatever label size you want to use in your company, we have to configure. We have to create that size. Okay, for example, you have to go to new entries and give some name for your label size. See, you have to define width and height. Okay, but before that, you have to give some name for your label size. Like what you can give. You can put anything. Let's say I will put some name here called ITL underscore LS01. Yeah, ITL underscore LS01. This is the name for that label size. Next, define the width. How much should be the width of that label and how much should be the height of that label. So width, let me put as 10. Okay, and height I am going to put 4. My label width is 10 and height is 4. And what is the unit of measurement? Should I put centimeter, inches, millimeter? What should I put?
Centimeter, mm, inches.
Which one out of that? I can put anything. I can put even centimeter. Centimeter also I can put. So my label size that I am defining here is my label width is 10 centimeter and label height is 4 centimeter. Okay, so label width and label height 10 by 4 centimeter. This is my label size. I have created one label size. Let's say in my company I am also using other type of labels where the dimension is in millimeter, for example. So I have to define that label size also, no? Because I am using labels even in the millimeter size. So therefore, I will give that name as ITL underscore LS02 and then I will define what will be my width and height of the label. So therefore, I am going to put here 300, for example. 300 width, and label height I will put 100. So what do you think? What is the unit of measurement here for this two?
Meter. It will be in meter.
Meter. Meter means, do you know how much? It will be like a building.
Millimeter.
Millimeter.
Millimeter. Yeah.
Millimeter. If I put meter, then you have to bring cranes
Yeah.
to lift that label. Okay, this is my second label size I have defined. Let me define one more. I will call it as ITL underscore LS03, and here I'm going to put 7 into 3, and this time I will use another unit of measurement, inches. Okay, I'm creating one more label size, 7 into 3 inches. So either directly you can put IN, or you can go to the list and select from there also. It is a unit of measurement, no? So you can go to the list. So all these are different unit of lengths or measurement units. You can select from here also. It's your choice. If you know the name, you can directly enter. Like here, for example, see, for inches it is IN. Either you can type IN, or you can simply select from the options. Both are fine. Okay, so like that, I have defined 3 label sizes. One is, what is this? 10 into 4 centimeter.
Yeah.
And second label size I have defined 300 by 100 millimeter. And the third one is 7 into 3 inches.
Inches.
So 3 or more than 3 also. Like if you want to create more number of label sizes, we can create. But in this example, I'm just creating 3 label sizes. Okay, you have to create label sizes like this. Save the data. So your 3 label sizes which I have created just now, you can find here. In the list, it will be somewhere here. Yeah, these are my 3 label sizes. Okay, after creating label size, what is the second step? We have defined the label size. Next, what we should do? We have to define the label stock size. What is a label stock? See, below that label sizes, you have specify size of label stock. What is a label stock?
Installation of level.
Label stock. This also I had, sorry?
Total stocks of level. Installation.
No,
Quantity of level.
no, it's not quantity of labels. Label stock means which material you are using for printing that label.
Okay, suppose a sticker paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it is paper or plastic based material, or whether it's a textile material, on which material you are printing the label, that you have to add here. Okay, whether it's a paper or plastic based material or textile material or anything else, whatever is the material you are going to use, that you have to specify as a label stock. So size, that also matters. So tell me one more thing. This label stock size should be more than label size, or it should be less than label size, or equal to label size?
List.
More than a
Huh?
label size or equal to
List.
label size.
Less.
Less than.
See, how it should be less than the label size?
So, no, the material should be bigger than label size. Means,
Then what did you tell just now?
no, that is what wrong only I said.
The label stock size should be, in that case, as per you, it should be greater than the label size, right? Only then you
Yeah,
can print the
yeah,
label on that material. Otherwise,
yeah,
how can you print?
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
possible. So therefore,
yeah.
when you are defining the label stock size, it should be a little bit more than the
That
label
should
size.
be, yeah.
Okay, so for example, here in the label sizes, we have put ITIL, ITL, sorry, 10 into 4 centimeter, right? So when we define the label stock size, that should be a little bit more than this, maybe like 12 width and 5 or 6 height. It should be a little more than that. So therefore, I will go back to the label stock size, right? Go to new entries, enter the name, maybe same I will use ITL underscore label stock 01, and I will put here 12 into 6. What is the unit of measurement?
It's number.
Unit of measurement. What unit should I put? Centimeter.
In centimeter.
Percent.
Again, ITL underscore label stock 2. There I think I had put 300 into 100 millimeter, right? So what size we can define here?
Little bit more.
Maybe 350. 350 into 150 millimeter.
Millimeter.
And there in inches I had put, if I remember correctly, 7 into 3 inches I had used. So here what do you want to add?
4.
10.
Okay, let me put 10.
6.
6 may be more, I will put 5. Because there I had used 7 by 3. So here I will put maybe 10 into 5
Inches.
inches. Yeah. So this is our label stock size. Label stock size. Maybe paper or maybe any other material, whatever material it is, that size I am defining here. Okay, this is my label stock size. I have defined the label size and also I have defined the label stock size. These two things you remember. Apart from that, we have seen how to configure the label categories. We have also seen how to define the label categories. Okay, clear? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
It's clear?
No, sir, it is clear.
You can define this.
Yeah.
You can create. Can you create
Yeah, sir.
label size and label stock size? Take it as an assignment. Create label
Yeah.
size and label stock size. Just enter one example. I'm not asking you to create
Yeah,
three. Just create one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now let's continue. We'll see some transaction codes also related to GLM. First one is CBGL underscore, what is that? LS01. No, 1 second, let me check. CBGL underscore LS02. CBGL underscore LS02. So what is this transaction code? This will allow you to create a label stock. CBGL underscore LS02 allows you to create a label stock. So here again, label stock means, see, material, I told you already, yeah, it is a material. But here we are actually defining what material is that. So when you are printing the label, what material you are going to use, okay, and where, for which label categories you are going to use that material, and for which applications you are going to use that label stock, that we are going to create here. So by using this transaction code, we are going to create a label stock that is nothing but what are the materials we are going to use and what will be the size name we are going to use, label size name, and then label stock size name. All those details we are going to create here in the label stock. So after you come to this transaction code, click on the create button. Once you click on create, you can see there are many tabs here, like attribute tab you have, description tab, validity area, label categories, and transport symbol group. So all this you have to fill. So let's do that first by giving a name to our label stock. I want to give some name for the label stock. So let me call it as ITL underscore LAB stock. ITL underscore label stock. Now after giving this name, come down and create the label stock size name. So do you remember we created label stock size name? What was that?
ITL underscore 0.
ITL underscore label stock 01. You see this? I had created no label stock size name.
Yes, sir.
That we had put what? How much? I think 7 by 5 or something. Okay, let me show you. I think 12 by 5 most probably. Yeah, let me show you that. Because you may forget, you have a very short term memory. So some time back we created label stock sizes, right? So here I had created ITL underscore label stock 01 as 12 by 6 centimeter. Then ITL label stock 2, this is the name, 350 into 150 millimeter. Label stock 3, 10 by 5 inches. So out of these three, whichever you want, you can use. You can use any one, but because we created today, I'll be using either first, the second label stock or the third one. Right? So let me use the first, ITL underscore label stock 02. This is the label stock size. So therefore, when I am creating a label stock, I am going to use the same label stock size. Next, you want to print the label in the landscape format or the portrait format? Do you know this? Landscape, when you are printing something, either you can select landscape format or portrait format. So when you are
Yeah.
printing the label, you can decide whether you want to print the label in the landscape format or portrait format. If you want it in landscape, select this option. If you want in portrait, don't select. Right? If you select, then it will be printed in the landscape format. Next, after that, if you go down, there is something called as material number label stock. So what is this option? This is telling you which material you are going to use for printing the label size. For printing the label, sorry. Which material are you going to use? Whether you are going to use paper or plastic or any other, you have to select here. Right? So let me select paper. I will go to this material number label stock option and I want to select the option as paper. Let's see if we have here. You are selecting what material you are going to use for your label. Yeah, okay. We have here an option called paper. You see this? We have an option called paper. Paper 2 we have, paper 1 we have, whichever you want to use, you can select. So I'll be using a paper to print the label. I'll be using paper. Next, below that we have number of danger pictograms. It is asking how many symbols you are going to print on that label. Whether you will display one pictogram or two pictogram or three pictogram, how many pictures you are going to print or how many symbols you are going to print on the label. Minimum can be one. Maximum, let's say I'm going to print only two pictograms. Otherwise, that entire label will become full of pictures. So maybe one or two maximum. So number of danger pictograms you are going to display on the label. Is it a GHS label? If you are going to use this label stock for GHS labels, then you can select that option. GHS means what? You remember GHS? What is GHS full form? GHS means globally harmonized system. Globally harmonized system. Study about GHS. They may ask you very important question. What is GHS? Okay. I am going to say that
Okay,
we
sir.
are using the label stock for GHS labels. Next, come down again. Now what they are asking here? Name for label size. What should I select? What should I select here?
ITL underscore
01.
ITL underscore 01. So what actually we are selecting here? Again, let me show you. In SPRO, we created label stock size and label size, right? We had created label size. I gave a name like this, ITL underscore LS01, and I had selected 10 by 4 centimeter. So this is a label size. So this label size name I have to select here. Okay, so I have to go here to the drop down button and then select ITL underscore LS01. This is the label size name. Label stock size name, label size name. Okay, below that they are asking number of labels per row and per column. Do you know what is this meaning? Number of labels per row and per column?
how many labels will be printed on one sheet?
Yes, yes. So how many labels per row and how many rows per column? Like if you remember when you go and you want passport size photographs, what will you go and tell?
They print on multiple numbers of photo on one sheet.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it will be 8, 4 into 4. So
Right,
total
sir.
16 photographs will be there. Or they will print 3 rows and 6 columns. It depends how many pictures you want, they will print it on that particular sheet. Same way, that is what they are asking here. How many labels do you want to print per row and per column? Let's say I want to print 2 labels per row and 2 labels per column. So what will be the total number of labels?
4.
4.
For
Because 2 labels per row like this and 2 I will show you, fine. Are confused, I will show you. 2 by 2, or maybe what should I put? Passport size. Okay, now here, for example, yeah, can you tell me what is this? How many are there and how will you put it?
Total 6 numbers of photos
Hmm.
in one sheet.
How many columns, how many rows?
2 rows and 2 columns.
There are two columns. See here, two columns. There are three rows. One, two, three.
3 rows and 2 columns.
Yeah, three rows and two columns. So total how many? There are six. So they are asking for every one sheet of label stock, how many labels do you want to print? That is what they are asking. Okay, see here also. For example, yeah, if you take this for example, how many, what is the number of rows and number of columns?
4 rows and
Hmm.
3 columns.
Yeah, these are three columns and there are four rows. One,
Four
two,
rows.
three, four. So total how many photographs? 12. Multiply.
12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiply. You will get 12. So 4 into 3 or 3 into 4, whatever you want to call it. That is what they are asking here when you are defining the label stock. They are asking you how many labels you want to print per row and per column. So I have put 2 by 2. So
Okay.
total 4 labels. Or if you make it 1 into
Okay.
1,
How many?
just one label will be printed. Okay, it is like that.
Yeah.
And again below that we have label pitch horizontal, vertical, left and top. They are asking how much margin do you want to leave. So whenever you print your CV at the margin, some space will be left, no? So that space we have to leave even while printing the labels. So for example, I am going to put here 1 on all the 4 sides. So there will be 1 centimeter gap or 1 centimeter margin. So at the edges of the paper, there will be 1 centimeter left, so that we have to keep it as a margin, right? So we have defined attributes in the first term, attributes of that label. Like for example, what will be the label stock size name, whether we are printing in landscape format or portrait format, whether the material is a plastic or a paper, how many danger pictograms we will display, all that we have defined in the attribute tab. Now let's go to the second tab called description. In description, what we have to do, we have to give some description for our label stock, some description. Like for example, I am going to put here English and then description will be label stock for dangerous goods. I am going to use this label stock for dangerous goods or dangerous materials. So if you are manufacturing some dangerous good like paint or fertilizer or some lubricant oil, anything like that, on those products I am going to use this label stock. Right, that is the description. Next, validity area. Where are you going to use this label stock? In which country? So directly I will put here India. This is my validity area. Next, again we have to explain in which label categories I am going to use this label stock. So can you tell me which label category should I select? All these are label categories we have. For which label category I am going to use this label stock?
GHS level.
Which one?
Product level.
Product label, okay.
GHS level.
GHS label also okay, you can use. Let's say GHS1. See, mainly you have to select those label categories which contain transport data. You have to select mainly those labels which contain dangerous goods data. Why? Because I am saying here this label stock is used for dangerous goods.
Okay.
Okay. So that is why, yeah, you can use product label, even that sometimes contains dangerous goods data. But apart from that, very importantly, you have to select overpack label with transport data because it contains dangerous goods. And you have to select primary label with transport data. Wherever transport data is coming, you have to select that. Okay, so let's assume I will be using this label stock for these 4 label categories: product label, GHS label 1, overpack label, and primary label. Next, last one, we have transport symbol group. Transport symbol group means what will be the background color of the label. Because you see, in a dangerous goods label or hazardous substance label, the background color also will tell you what is the type of material it is. So, let's say you are transporting LPG, not LPG, let's say petrol. In a tanker, you are transporting petrol. So, if you are displaying a label, what will be the background color in that?
Red, sir.
Red. Yes. If you are transporting some explosive material like fertilizer or some TNT, anything explosive material, and if you are displaying a label on that packaging, what will be the background color?
It's a red, sir.
Red
Because
color.
it's red.
No, it's not. Red is for flammable liquids. Red is for flammable liquids. For any explosive material, it should be orange color. Orange. Okay, orange color. See, I will show you here when I go to options. For a compressed gas, it will be green color. For corrosive material, lower black. For explosive, see, it should be orange color.
Orange.
Yeah. For flammable material, flammable liquid, it will be red. For poisonous, it is white. For radioactive, yellow. Like the different colors. So therefore, let me choose here. Because I am going to use this label stock for dangerous goods, I will select explosive or orange, for example. Okay. So in this label stock, we have created the attributes. Very important this is. Next, we have given a description for our label stock, description. Next, validity area means in which country we are going to use that label stock, validity area. For which label categories we are going to use that label stock. So these are the label categories in which we will be using that label stock. And finally, what will be the background color of the labels that you are going to generate? Depending on the nature of the material, it may be either explosive yellow color or orange color or red color, it depends. Okay, so all this data we have to create for a label stock. We have to add all this information. And once done, you can save that particular label stock. Right? So this is a very important transaction code. This is where you will create the label stock that you will be using to print the label. So this information will be used when you are going to print the label. Some examples apart from this you can see. Okay, let me show you. If I go to the hit list, you can see there are many label stocks. Some are created by me like this. Some are given by SAP. All these are nothing but label stocks, different types of label stocks. This is we created now, ITL label stock we created now. Right? So these are called as the label stock. Did you understand how to create a label stock? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
No, it's clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay, there is one more transaction code I will take up, that is called as manual printing of labels. Unfortunately, I cannot generate a label and show you because it does not support in Windows 11. So I will do one thing. I have a recording of that. I will share that recording so that you can see how labels are generated, how reports are generated by WWI. But there is one more transaction code I will cover related to manual printing of labels. Okay. So before that, let's take a short break. Call will also get disconnected now. After 10 minutes, we'll connect again. Okay. Till then,
Okay,
take
sir.
a break. We'll come back after 10 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Akash.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay. Fine. So we have seen so far how to create a label stock. Apart from this, there is one more transaction code I told you, where you can actually do the manual printing. So how exactly we can see all the list of labels that are connected to a product, and what transaction code is applicable. Let's see that. The transaction code is CBGL underscore MP01. CBGL underscore MP01. And here MP means it is manual printing.
Okay.
In your server, I don't know whether this option will come or not, because in some servers it will not come. We have to go to this
Okay.
option called direct print. Select the material or product for which you have the labels. Like for example, there is one product called P182. Okay, it is actually a chemical.
Okay.
So when I select this product and press enter, okay, it is saying choose a different material. Okay, one second, let me choose some other. Why it is coming like this? Some issue. Sorry. To direct option, then select P182. Then let me select packaging unit, maybe customer, because directly when I'm entering it is not showing anything. Okay, number of packing units 1. Okay. No, there is some problem here, guys. I'm trying to go to label tree for this material, but it is showing that more than one specification has been assigned. Some problem here, some technical error. I have to check that. But what
Okay.
we
Sir,
do here is, yeah.
can you search with another product?
Yeah, but I should know that material name. If I don't know the material name, it will be difficult. Okay, let me try. What material shall I select? One. I will select this, but I'm not sure whether it will come or not. No label data. For this material, there is no label data which they have created.
Okay.
I knew just one material name P182. It used to work, but that is also not happening. One second, let me go to dangerous goods master and I will try to search. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay. Dangerous good master. All these are dangerous goods. Let me try to select some other. See, P182 here also we have. It's actually a dangerous good. But because that is not happening, I will select some other. Maybe like DGUS 2300. Let me select this. No, for that also there is no label data. C20. Okay. Okay, let me remove this. Maybe because of this it was showing that error. I will remove this. Because more than one specification was assigned for that material. Okay, let me now try. Yeah, see, now it is working. I have selected one product here called P182. This is an industry cleaner, it's a chemical. And for that product, they have selected some labels. Which label has to be used for that product? They have already selected that. What I am doing here, I am only going to display for this particular product which labels they are using. And to do that, I have to go to direct, select this material P182, then click on label tree. When I click on label tree, you can see that all these labels are applicable for this particular product. P182 is a chemical product, and this product, for this product they are using different types of labels. What labels they are using? If you see below, there are some categories. We have pallet, we have carton box, We have bottles. So where they are packaging this chemical? After manufacturing, how they are packaging this? Or where they are putting that product?
First, they will pack into bottle.
Yeah, correct. And then?
Later on, in carton,
Hmm.
into carton.
Hmm.
Then in box. Later on, pallet.
Okay, fine. So you are saying that this P182 is a chemical cleaning agent. When they manufacture this product, first they will fill this material into the bottles. That is why below, if you see, they have given bottle. Why they have given bottle? This is the first place where they are packaging this material. It is just like a Coca-Cola. Like if you see, the bottles will contain Coke, right? Or it may be Pepsi. So when they manufacture Pepsi, they have to do the bottling. They will add that material into the bottles and they will seal it. Similarly, this industry cleaner also, after manufacturing, they are putting it into the bottles. That is why they have given here bottle and in bracket they have given 80. And on top of that bottle, what labels they are displaying? On those bottles, which labels are they displaying? Can you tell that?
Product level.
Product level.
Where it is written, product label.
Second, the top second of the product levels.
This, no, see, this is palette, you leave this. I am speaking here in this section. This
Primary levels per item.
primary label, you are displaying internal supplemental label and GHS label. These are the three different labels you are displaying on a bottle. Yeah, more than one label also you can display. It is not mandatory that only one label you have to display. You can display more than one. So on every bottle, they are displaying one GHS label, one internal supplemental label, and two, see here, two primary labels. So if there are 80 bottles, how many GHS labels are required? One label per bottle, you will need 80 labels. Okay. And internal supplemental label, there are 80 bottles, one label on every bottle. How many labels? 80 labels. But this primary label, how many they are displaying on one bottle?
Two.
Two. See here, they are
So
displaying two labels per bottle. So how many you need total?
160 level.
160 labels because there are 80 bottles. Okay, after displaying the labels on the bottles, where they are storing the bottles?
They are storing bottle in carton.
Yeah,
Into
carton
carton.
box. Yes. They are storing the bottles, all those 80 bottles in carton boxes. Can you tell me in one carton box how many bottles they are storing?
8.
In
10,
one
10 numbers.
carton, hmm?
10 numbers.
10 numbers, exactly. So if there are 80 bottles, in every carton box they are storing 10 number of bottles. So how many carton boxes are required?
8.
8
8
carton
bottles
boxes.
required.
Yes, exactly. So there are 80 bottles. In every carton box they are storing 10 bottles. So therefore 8 carton boxes are required. On every carton box, how many labels and which labels they are displaying?
GHS label,
Huh. GHS label,
overpack label,
Overpack
overpack
level and
label,
product label.
and product label. Yeah. Now because there are only 8 carton boxes, GHS label, how many you need?
One numbers.
One number
One
per
number.
carton box, one label. So you need 8 labels. And here overpack label, this also they are using one label on every carton box. So how many labels? You need 8 labels. Product label
Global
also
total.
they are displaying on the carton box. How many items? How many labels per carton box? Just one.
One.
So product label also they need just 8 labels. Okay. So these are carton boxes. On each carton box they are displaying 3 different labels. Okay. And then where they are storing that carton box?
On pallet, wooden
Okay.
pallet maybe or other.
Do you know what is a pallet?
Yeah.
Bikramji, do you know what is a pallet?
Palette means this other formats where the cartoons can be stored.
Yeah. Why do you need pallets?
Transport from one carton.
Yeah, mainly it is used for transportation, also protection. See, sometimes in the
It,
warehouse, if you are keeping the carton box directly on the floor, what will happen? If there is any water leakage, if water comes into the warehouse, it will damage those carton boxes. So therefore, what they will do, first they will keep a pallet on the ground. On top of that pallet, they will store the carton boxes so that we can protect. Secondly, when you want to load those carton boxes into the vehicle, into the truck, you will have those forklift, no? Forklift, they are going to use the forklift and they are
yeah,
going to
sir.
lift those carton boxes and they will keep it in the vehicle. So
Yeah.
that is why we need those pallets. I will just show you there are different types of pallets.
Wooden pallet, plastic pallet,
Yeah,
or
metal pallet also.
metal pallet also.
Okay, see, these are the pallets. I'm sure you might have seen this. All these are wooden. So on top of this, they will store the carton box. So it can be wooden, it can be plastic. So this is a plastic one. And also if you come down, there will be metal. Yeah, see, these are metal. Sorry, plastic they are saying. Metal will also be there.
This one plastic.
Most of them are plastic and wooden, but
Wooden.
yeah, metal also will come.
Metal pallets are mostly used in sir their own
Mm.
warehouses. They are not
Mm-hmm.
sending outside
Okay.
for customer places.
Yeah, they don't send because it is costly. No, metal pallet is costlier. So they don't, they will just use it for keeping. See, for example, this is a metal pallet. This is a metal pallet. This is a metal pallet. These are metallic pallets. Okay, so we use it for two purpose. One is to protect the uh, carton box. Secondly, for transporting, especially loading and unloading. See, here they are transporting, and also one more image
Even
I
sir,
saw.
if
Tell me, Akash.
sir, if we are exporting with pallet
Hmm.
some product like chemical and any other things
Hmm.
by using wooden pallet,
Hmm.
we have to fumigate that pallet. Fumigation mark should be available
Fumigation.
on that pallet. Fumigation.
Okay, okay.
Suppose
Hmm. Hmm. Tell me.
if the pallet will be not fumigated,
Hmm.
then the customs clearance will not possible
Okay.
to
Okay.
send.
Uh-huh. Okay. I was not knowing that. There are lot of requirements. I mean, if you are especially manufacturing
For
some
pharmaceutical,
chemicals, there are lot of requirements.
Why it is required? Fumigation.
Hmm?
Fumigation, why it is required?
Why it is required, Akash?
it is required for sometimes, sir. The one country cannot be used biological weapon like as wooden pallets are suppose some of the insects inside, so that
Uh-huh.
should not be used here to another country.
Hmm.
So basically they are treating with boron chemical to the
Okay.
wooden pallets it with heat treatment also. So
Ah,
inside there should be the dangerous viruses inside of the
ah.
pallet. It is wooden.
Hmm, hmm,
So
hmm.
the
Yeah, exactly. You're correct. See, Vikram, a lot of times the cockroaches or some kind of worms or some kind of
some types of
bacteria, virus, maybe they're incubating in those wooden pallet. Because wood is basically where these living organisms actually stay. So, you don't want to accidentally export some kind of bacteria or viruses from India to other countries, or you don't want to export some microorganisms from India along with the product. So therefore what the customs will do, they will say first you have to neutralize all that. You have to kill all those germs, bacteria and all living in the wooden pallet. And to kill them they use fumigation. Once that process is completed, now you are okay, you can keep the carton boxes or whatever material on those pallets and you can export to other countries. So without fumigation, it's not allowed for you to, send the material. That is why they do fumigation. For plastic and all, it is not required because ultimately your living
plastic.
organisms don't stay normally in plastic.
For plastic, it is not required, but sir, wooden pallet, it's a very strict.
Very strict, yes. Because wood is something natural, no? So in the natural wooden pallets, definitely there will be some living organisms, definitely. So that is why they
Even not
don't
in
want. Hmm.
even not in India, sir. Even we are suppose import any product from China and any other
Huh.
country,
Hmm.
that rules are also required for them also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe it is like as per international standard, they have to do this
That's nice.
process. Yeah. Yeah. And
Even you
here,
can see
huh?
some
Yeah. Yeah.
image of fumigation stamp. If you will search on Google, you will
Okay.
also see that
Okay. Let me search that as well.
fumigation stamp.
Yeah. See
Yeah, yeah,
this.
it's
This is the fumigation, and you can see they are targeting the pallets, not the boxes above. They are only targeting the pallets. Same thing here in this image also, you can see that they are targeting the pallets. So
how they are
fumigation is,
treating
huh,
in the image.
yeah, by using chemical, like you told, maybe it is boron.
Pour on board.
Yeah, but they have to do it. I think even plywood. So if that is the case, if you are exporting
Yeah,
plywood, then what do we have to do
any
even for that also?
wood, every wood, sir, each and every wood. If it is maybe the wood, plywood, if that will be the boxes of
Hmm.
wooden
Hmm.
crate also sometime.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
There
Do
are
you?
methods.
Hmm. Hmm.
There are sir, two method of fumigation. First one is the boron that
Hmm.
most of company preferred to use
Hmm.
because it's easy. Second one is the heat treatment. They
Okay.
are using around more than 250-degree temperature in
Uh-huh. Uh.
a room, and
Hmm.
after that they are killing that virus.
Okay. Okay. But here
That
again,
stamp.
the
Yeah.
problem is if you are exporting apples or some vegetables using the wooden pallets, what will you do in that case?
On that case, I have no idea, but sir, in chemical, it's a must
Ah,
fumigation.
okay, okay.
Actually, I think fruits are not used by wooden pallet. They are sending it, they are just uh, stuffing in that directly into the containers. In case
No,
of food or in case,
I don't think they use crates, no? Fruit crates or some
if they are
vegetables.
using crate,
Hmm.
if they are using crate, then that will be must.
Okay,
It is regulation, sir.
okay, okay. So let's say fruit crates for export. For example, Yeah, plastic crates maybe they will use because I can see
Use.
plastic, but wooden also are there. If it is wooden, I think you have to fumigate even that.
Great. Great.
See, here they are using wooden crates. Maybe to the local market it is not required, but only when you are exporting from one country to another country, maybe it is mandatory.
In India, it's not required.
Yeah,
Within
within that
India,
same country it is not
within the
required.
same country, it's not required. It's not a mandatory.
Okay, okay. Now
Because
we
it's
get that. Yeah.
because we are not exporting that particular bacteria or virus to the other country. It's in our same country. So why
Hmm.
that will be required?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes, that's right. But anyways, so there are different types of crates, wide variety of them, depending on what material you are exporting. But in the context of GLM, what we are going to use are mostly wooden pallets. That too, it is easier for transportation, that is one, and to protect your carton boxes. So that is what I was showing here actually. So you have
Okay.
in each carton box there are 10 bottles you are storing, and on each carton box you are displaying these various three different or three different types of labels, and those 8 carton boxes you are storing on a pallet. One above the other you can store on a pallet. And not only displaying labels on carton box, you can also display the labels on the pallets. So on each
Pallets.
pallet, they are using just one pallet. By the way, you can see here in bracket they have given one. So on one pallet they are storing 8 carton boxes. And on that pallet also they are displaying three types of labels. One is a GHS label, second is a product label, and then a shipment label. Shipment label of course we need because we are going to export it to other countries. So shipment label is definitely required. So all these different labels, just imagine for one product, so many labels they are using. And by going to this label tree, it should be possible for you to print the label. Now, for example, let's say you want to print the product label. So what you can do is double click on that name, on the product label name. Once you double click on the right hand side, you can see the product label has been selected. Okay, and now you can decide how many copy of those labels you want to print. Whether you want to print 8 copies or 10 copies or 100 copies. Depending on your requirement, you can select the number of copies you want to print. And then not only that, you can select in which printer you want to use. Maybe HP LaserJet printer. You can select that. And then if you click here on the option called print, those labels are going to be printed. Provided your printer is connected with the system, provided that printer is working, if you click on the print option, those 100 number of product labels are going to be printed. But here we'll get an error because there is no printer connected with my laptop. So it is saying RFC connection to the destination failed. If there is a printer connected with my system, then I can print any of these labels.
Sir,
Hmm.
suppose sometime we don't have any printer,
Yeah.
and suppose the printer that is connected to my system is not working. Then can we save it? Can we save that label as a PDF to send someone else to print it?
Yeah, definitely you can do that. Yes, possible.
But here, where is the option to save as a PDF?
See, that is why I told you there is one software called as WWA, Akash.
Okay, okay,
That
okay, sir.
WWA software is used for generating not only labels but also to generate the reports. After generating, you can save it as a soft copy on your computer system. But unfortunately, the problem is the WWA does not support Windows 11. That is why I am
Is it
not able
support
to show
Windows
you.
10?
Hmm?
Sir, is it support Windows 10?
Maybe yes, it will support.
Okay, sir, what is the name of that software? WWA.
WWI.
WWI. Okay,
Yes.
sir.
See, you have to
Okay,
use,
sir.
I will show you exactly. You can check it out on your system. I will just show you. See, the transaction
Okay.
code applicable is CG42. Okay. Remember this transaction code CG42. Once you go to CG42, then what you can do, click on the hit list.
Hit list.
You will get all the report templates. You can see here all these are report templates. Now next what you have
Okay.
to do, select anyone. Let's say some label I will select. Product label. Okay, you see here we have a label called as product label. Select that entire row. Then it is in release status. So you have to cancel release. Click on cancel release. Then select yes. Now the status has changed to in work. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to see that format, no, how that label looks like, how they have designed. We want to see that. So therefore, what
Right,
I
sir.
should do is go to the document. There is an option called document. Click on that. That will take you to the WWA. You don't have to download WWA separately. Yeah, you see this?
Okay.
This is a design of a label. This is the design of a
Okay. It's
product label. But what is the problem, here? The problem is this is coming outside of my SAP software. It is coming like a MS Word document.
what type document? Okay.
Yeah, it should not come like this. Actually, it should come within your SAP software. See
Okay.
here, for example, it should come here in the box. Just click allow whenever you get that message. Yeah, now you see here, Akash, that label design, no, this label design, this should come here on the right hand side.
Okay.
But currently it is blank. So if
Now
that
it's blank.
particular label template comes here in this, then we can generate that label, we can change the label, we can do a lot of things.
Okay.
But
Just like as a print preview type things.
yeah, just like a print preview, it should come here. Only then you can generate a label. But unfortunately, it is coming outside in this. Because my system is Windows 11. You try in your system and check if it is coming here within this, then I think we can see how to generate a label.
Okay, sir. Yeah, we will check.
You check this and let's see. Or I will share, I have a video recording of one of the earlier classes where a student was having a old laptop. So it was
Okay.
possible for me to, show him how to generate a label, how to generate a report, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I will share that video recording also.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. But also please try to check in your system. If it is working, let me know. Tomorrow we'll connect and we'll see how we can generate not only labels, but also the reports like MSDS report, how to generate using
Okay.
WWI. That I will show you. And not only that, there is one more document I want to share with you people. Okay. What is our batch? SAP. Yeah, I will share one more document. It will be helpful to you people for WWI. You can study the document.
Okay. Sir, what is stand for WWA?
WWI stands for Windows Word Processor Integration. Windows Word Processor Integration. It is a Microsoft software and they have developed that to be used with SAP. It can only be used with SAP.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so please read the document. It will give you a lot of information about that and check it out in your system. If it is working fine, we can see that tomorrow. Otherwise, also I will share you the recording.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right, yeah. So this is what I had in the GLM. I wanted to show you the configuration of label sizes, label categories, label stock size, and also how to create a label stock and manual printing, how to do manual printing. I wanted to show those things. Hopefully, I have given you enough information. See, there is one more problem with your system. I think in your servers, you will not have this option called direct. If you don't have a direct print option, then you cannot see the label tree. It's not possible to see this. So please check it
Okay.
out whether your systems are having this option or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is what we have in the GLM. Next, tomorrow I will start some other topic, maybe like occupational health or industrial hygiene. And okay, it's a very interesting topic, not like this boring one. It's interesting. Either will start occupational health or industrial hygiene and safety. But if at all, if this is working in your system, first I will show you about WWA, then I will start other topic. Okay, so please let me know, check and let me know.
But sir, in the GLM opinion, there were so many
Huh.
codes were mentioned that GLM, what, what you
I'm not able to hear you clearly, Vikramjit.
Sir, in the GLM what file, na, what you shared in that group,
Yeah,
there are so many codes are mentioned.
yeah.
Do you recall all these codes?
No, all are
Just to,
not required, Vikramjit, because see, there are hundreds and thousands of transaction codes, but not are all are not important. Because yeah, I can see there are CBGL LS02 we have seen, CBGL LS03, manual print we have seen. Apart from that, CBGL CL02 is there, but all these are not required. Yeah, if you have a printer with you, if you can connect a printer at that time, you have to use that transaction codes. See, for example, transfer GLM printers, CBGL underscore CS01. Adopt SAP spool printer, that you have CBGL CS02. Transfer WWI printer, for that CBGL underscore CS03. So where is the printer? When you are configuring printer with your system, at that time those transaction codes are required. So if there is no printer, if you are not connecting a printer to your SAP system, then why do we have to go to the transaction code? It's not required. So the important transaction code is CBGL MP01, CBGL underscore CL02, which I have shown you, and configuration part. Remember this. Yeah, WWI is important. WWI I wanted to show you, but unfortunately, like it's not happening now. Windows 11 is not supporting. That is why I could not show you WWI.
yes.
But you cannot remember all transaction codes. Remember, just keep that in mind. Maybe if you can practice it once, but if you want to remember, only remember those important transaction codes. Others are not required.
Yes.
Okay, so that is something you have to keep in mind. And let me see if I can share that old video recording with you so that you can at least have some idea how the reports are generated, how the labels are generated. That also we'll see. I will share that video recording. Okay, so this is the GLM. I hope I have given you enough information, at least from the interview perspective, what they will ask you. Process steps are important. The label categories you have to remember what are the different label categories. And apart from that, how to create a label stock, how to define the label size, label stock size, those things you remember. It's a very small topic actually. Nothing much you can expect because it is part of product safety itself. Okay, so for tomorrow, I have given you the assignment. Please don't say tomorrow you have not done. It will take hardly, I think, half an hour, not more than that. So, what is the assignment?
Uh, creating a label.
Label, label
Creating a
size
label,
and label
creating,
size and label stock
configuring
size.
label size,
With
hmm.
Conf-
configuring label size, configuring label stock size. Okay, and apart from that, one more thing I told you that is label stock. Create a label stock by using transaction code
Stop.
CBGL LS02. Okay, you do these three things, that is enough. Configure label size, label stock size, create a label stock, and if possible, check. I don't think you have that yeah, manual print dialog box. Direct option may not be there, but check it out once. But at least three things
Okay,
are
sir.
important. Create label size, label stock size, and create label stock. Okay, don't say you did not find time.
No, sir. I will do it and I will share you a screenshot. Okay.
Yeah. Share me the screenshot after you create this three things.
Okay, sir. Okay, definitely, sir.
Yeah, I will share the recording anyways. Right now I will share so you can refer to that video recording and you can create.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
guys,
thank you, sir.
fine. Any doubt, any question in this?
No, sir.
Okay, anything from you,
sir, I will
Anu?
ping you, sir. I wanted to leave now.
Hmm.
I will ping you, sir. I have prepared that this thing yesterday's
Hmm.
homework you have given. I have prepared, but I wanted to
Okay.
talk. But now my daughter is leaving. She is having an exam, so I am
Ah,
leaving
no
now. I
problem.
will
No
talk to
problem.
you.
Sure, no
I
problem.
will talk to you, sir.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, sir. Then thank you.
Yeah, okay, my pleasure.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Bikramjit, you also please do this and
Yes,
share
yes,
the
sir.
screenshot. And tomorrow we'll see. We'll continue.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, guys, take care then. I'll see you tomorrow.